I couldn't help but wonder, why is Season 1 Carrie so different from the one we love to hate? If you're not in the loop on the Carrie Bradshaw slander, there's literally a whole website titled Carrie Bradshaw is the Worst. In early episodes of Season 1, she had self-respect, something that would become a distant memory as big, subtle, gaslighting tactics chipped away at her confidence. I don't intend to deny her of any accountability in this mess, but rather to highlight the factors that made her spiral. Stick around as we explore how her self-concept eroded and how Sex and the City uses storytelling to show this. The complexity of John James Person, also known as Mr. Big, comes from his envy of Carrie's flamboyant and carefree spirit. He is clearly attracted to these qualities, and as the show progresses, we see that Mr. Big is a social conformist. The issues that arise in their relationship stem from his unwillingness to forgo his social capital in favor of emotional attachment, and of course, his avoidant tendencies. Carrie meets Mr. Big on the sidewalk after someone bumps into her, causing her personal supplies to spill out of her purse. He gives her this elusive, judgmental look while helping her to pick them up. It is no secret that a woman expressing any form of sexual agency has never been considered a good look in history and in present times. But Carrie is unbothered. She goes about her day and she vibrates energies of self-importance. At this stage, she doesn't apologize for it. In later seasons of episode 1, we see her occasionally abandon unfavorable situations with Big in preference for fun with her friends or other men. The second time she sees Mr. Big is at Club Chaos, where she lies to her friends about knowing her. She has no interest in making a big deal out of it. She is out to have fun with her friends, and she does have fun. Big does not occupy her interest that much. Their first conversation is important in establishing that Big's interest in Carrie is driven by attraction and later feelings as opposed to just being a fling. It takes place while she's trying to catch a cab home and he offers her a ride. They talk about whether men and women can be intimate without feelings, and Mr. Big argues that the only people who can do that are people who have never been in love. Hearing Mr. Big talk about love and intimacy sets both Carrie and us for an exciting emotional journey. It allows the viewer to separate Mr. Big from the stereotypical womanizer. The start of their relationship is when Big invites her for a drink thing. But when she realizes that he is not coming, she swiftly moves on to 20-something-year-old Sam. Although Big's occupation is not revealed at this point, his wardrobe, the fact that he has his own driver, and his preference for cigars leaves us to imagine that he socially occupies upper-class spaces. When Mr. Big finally makes time to meet her for an hour, he finds her in a compromising position, one that would confirm that she does not fit the curated image that he wants to maintain. He finds her inspecting Sam's tongue piercing, and again, he gives her the same elusive, judgmental look he gave her when her bag spilled. Big is clearly turned off. He tells her that he is leaving, that he spent 30 minutes trying to get in, 20 looking for her, and now his hour is up. It is apparent that Big can never take her seriously. A sex columnist who carries her own protection and now is inspecting a man's tongue in public. Had he found Carrie alone, he probably would have stayed another hour or more. The day of their first date arrives and Big brings Jack, a friend who is going through his second divorce. Because Mr. Big has already written Carrie off as someone that he could be serious with, he does not feel the need to respect her or respect her time, but Carrie, like any self-respecting woman, leaves the date. She tells Big that they can go ahead and have their guys' night, shoot bears or whatever, and she did. It is obvious that she likes Mr. Big, but she can walk away from the disrespect that he brings. Also, what is the issue with Jack? Is he Big's emotional clash because he brings him again in season 2 when he goes out with Carrie for the first time after their breakup? What does he symbolize? The following day, she bumps into Big doing brunch with friends and solving crossword puzzles. He invites her to join and she gives him a clue on his puzzles, says goodbye and leaves. She is not interested in Big's silly antics. She sees him as just another guy that she likes and who is fishing for her attention. Her lack of participation fuels Big's chase excitement, which will become a recurring theme where Big chases after Carrie only when her affection is occupied by someone else. They decide to do a redo of their first date, and she is wearing her barely there dress from the promo shoot for her column. At this point, she has started to develop feelings for Big, and the comment that he makes about the dress sparks a sense of doubt about how he perceives her. Big calls Carrie's dress interesting, and when asked to elaborate, he gaslights her by repeating the phrase, "interesting dress." Carrie is not a fool. She knows that it could either mean that she looks like someone who charges by the hour, for conversation of course, or she is incredibly alluring and Big can't resist. Throughout Sex and the City, Mr. Big uses vague expressions that he refuses to explain or deflects every time Carrie is seeking clarity. He does this again in season 2 when she asks if they are officially back together, and he says he doesn't know what officially means. Come on. Seriously?
What do you mean do? What do you mean you? What do you mean believe?
This is because he knows that he sees no future with her, but still enjoys her company and would like to have her around. He is trying to have his cake and eat it. After they have shared each other on the first date, Carrie obsesses over it, and I say he trained her for this. He's been training her for this. It's that elusive, judgmental look, I'm telling you. We've seen Carrie do a one-night stand before with that French guy who ended up leaving her money, like she charges by the hour, for conversation of course, and she was more upset about that, not the fact that it happened on the first date. Prior to meeting Mr. Big, Carrie is like Samantha Light. She vibrates energies of self-importance. When they leave Mr. Big's apartment to grab a bite, it is at this greasy Chinese restaurant Fang Wang. She bumps into an old friend, Mike Singer, who is very cagey about his own date. She gathers that this is a spot where men take women they don't want to be seen with. The following day, they bump into one of Big's friends and he doesn't introduce her, just like Mike didn't want to introduce his date. Each time she gives him the benefit of the doubt, the payoff gets smaller. And she knows where she stands with him now. She just doesn't want to accept it. She is aware of her position in Big's life, and when she hears that Libby, the woman who was on a date with Mike Singer, has left him for someone who appreciates her, she gathers that she should do the same. Carrie seems to be stuck in a pattern, and I say this because she is aware of the predicament that she is in, but instead of breaking her dating pattern by leaving Mr. Big, she doesn't. It is not the first time she finds herself in a push and pull relationship. We know this from Kurt Harrington, the loathe of her life that she went back to when she was 26, 29, and 31. Because Carrie made the mistake of not walking away like Libby, she pays the price for the rest of the show. While she is out with her friends, she sees Mr. Big on a date, and it's not like the obscure Fang Wang he took her to. Not once, but twice. She confronts him because she was under the impression that they were not seeing other people. Her suspicions that Big doesn't see her as a woman that he could spend the rest of his life with are confirmed. Big is on a date with Julia Woods, who looks nothing like Carrie in both physicality and poise. She has been trying to mold herself into what she believes Big recognizes and confides in Miranda that she feels like she is always posing when she's with him. And it's exhausting. She feels his judgment, his rejection, and his desire all at the same time. And maybe, deep down, she is hoping that if he just loves her enough, he will be willing to trade in his social capital and choose her. At one of Big's social events, Melissa, a woman not very different from Julia Woods in physicality, kisses him and tells him that she wants her passport back. Not very long from that, Big introduces Carrie as someone special to Max, one of the men at the party, and he mistakes her for Julia. This can only mean that Mr. Big has been talking about Julia in his social circle, but not Carrie. Carrie is exploring three-way intimacy for her column, and when she asks Mr. Big if he has ever had one, he says yes, with his ex-wife. Carrie, already insecure, fakes a proposal meeting with Barbara, Mr. Big's ex-wife, and the meeting makes it clear that Mr. Big dates specific type of women. the put-together type of woman. If we add his wife from later seasons, Natasha, we can pick up that these women are close in poise to Mr. Big's mother rather than Carrie. They exude the same energy that Mr. Big himself exudes. Carrie is subconsciously trying to be these women to Mr. Big, and we start to see it when she straightens her hair for her second meeting with Barbara. Why does Carrie make a big deal of passing gas while at Mr. Big's, to a point where she avoids him for weeks? Carrie is aware of her desperation to fit into Mr. Big's world, and for her, passing gas reminds her that she has a performance to put on. She is aware that Mr. Big doesn't welcome her into his world, and while she is still waiting for him to love her beyond his social status, she must tiptoe around it. It is important to note that some of her insecurities are self-imposed, and others are through Big's manipulation tactics. She subconsciously anchors her desire to fit in when she repaints her apartment in the color eggshell, and Miranda, her friend who has known her for years, gets the color incorrect, calling it ecru. When Mr. Big stops by Carrie's apartment, he immediately identifies the color, a shade so common in his world that he doesn't need to have a look at it twice to know it. Miranda starts to find Carrie's obsession with passing gas, a natural act, annoying. When she confronts her that it's not about that, Carrie indeed admits that she is scared that Mr. Big will leave her because she is not perfect. What is interesting is that Mr. Big, after inspecting Carrie's apartment, likes it and discourages her from repainting it. He lets her know that he likes it as it is, further reinforcing how fascinated he is with Carrie and her world, a world that is very different from his. They make out and all is well until she sees Mr. Big with his mother at church. The more Carrie takes a step into Mr. Big's world, the more she realizes that these are not her people, and this further deepens her insecurities as Big's love interest. Carrie sees Big with his mother at church, and by observing the social scene, the people are very foreign to her. She wants to meet Big's mother, and he deflects the conversation with a holiday in St. Bart's. Carrie is deep in her insecurities by this time in their relationship and demands things to happen on her own accord. Big tells her that this is not the right time to meet his mother, but because she knows where she stands with him, and she also recognizes that it may not be a sincere reason for Mr. Big, she takes matters into her own hand and goes to church with the company of Miranda. I must say, Miranda is a better friend than I am, because there is no way I'm leaving the comfort of my house to help you stalk your elusive man. Carrie quickly picks up when she meets Mr. Big's mother that the woman has never heard of her name. And as they are about to leave for their trip, Carrie lowers her expectations and now only seeks reassurance that Big sees her as the one. She is simply asking, "Am I in your future?" And elusive Big does not have an answer for her. She breaks up with him and he leaves. Season 1 served as a good foundation to explore Carrie before Mr. Big. We see that she is self-aware, self-sufficient, and although not perfect, she respects herself enough to walk away. If she had not reunited with Mr. Big in Season 2, she would have walked away with her dignity intact, but the show would have ended in Season 1 and we wouldn't have this video or the next video analysis on Sex and the City. Stay subscribed so that you don't miss out. Thank you for watching, and mwah!